Alright, so welcome back to the channel and all that stuff. Let's get it out of the way. Now that fancy music and stuff like that, let's get straight to the point. It's been about 3 hours since my video just went live. The last video is the tier list where I talked about 20 filmmaker YouTubers. It was popping, but not in the right way, not in a good way, not in the way I wanted, of course. It's easy to be there and say that I've gotten the attention and garnered the views that I wanted, but I'm just gonna put it this way, yeah. If you see even the description of that video, I'm trying to push a lot of positivity. I did intend to remove it. Probably still will remove it, but maybe not now. I'll be letting this video sit with that for a while and see what kind of discussions you can come up with. Basically, the first big reaction to that was one of the creators in the video and clearly wasn't pleased of his rating and my feedback of him. This is the reason why I'm going to leave the video there for you guys to watch for a bit, but when you watch it you understand that a good 80 or 90% of that video was fully positive. 5 to 8% was maybe my honest opinion and feedback, like the beginning of the video where I started off and I said that it's going to be constructive criticism and constructive feedback. Maybe another 2% because I made fun of someone's hairline. Yep, so this said creator wasn't pleased about what he heard or what he saw and wasn't reacting very positively on Twitter. With me, I wasn't sure of the vibe, so I was still going on about this very cheerfully, I'll put it, saying things like, man, I'm sorry if I offended you, but I've learned a bunch from you, and that's why I chose you so that I could talk about you and stuff like that. Yeah, said creator wasn't very pleasant about it. Gave a very sarcastic comment about me in the context of everything. There's a reason why I only put myself playfully in the last tier, because I recognize that this is a community that should be encouraged and not slapped on. Even in the beginning, I said that I'll not be shitting on anybody. Apparently, all my disclaimers are falling on deaf ears. What happened next was a bunch of these group of creators that I tagged. I don't want to assume what tone they were going for because I'm reading this off a screen. But I was lectured on how people shouldn't be judged, basically. It's very hard for me to summarize this, but basically they were telling me that by judging and ranking people this way, I'm giving people inferiority complexes on those who might not have the courage to post their stuff. I want to be very clear, right, that I agree with whatever these other creators are telling me. Confidence is something that I struggle with, and a lot of creators that I know personally around me who struggle with as well. Why am I so upset to sit here and talk about this video late in the night? Is because everything is about context. I believe that these creators did not watch my video or listen to my video before jumping on the bandwagon to lecture me. I really don't want to say scold or hate, throw hate, so I'm just going to say lecture because it did feel like that. But lack of better word, okay? I got really upset and gutted because this is the first interaction I have with these people, and bear in mind the reason why I made a video on them is because they inspire me. And to have this first interaction be this way definitely pains me. It pains me a lot. And to have it because it's all over a misunderstanding is what made it worse. So after realizing what kind of attention I'm getting and not the kind that I would like, I typed out a response saying that my intention of this video is merely to bring the bigger creators and the smaller size channels together to appreciate each other's work and to spread a bit of positivity. At the same time, we just got announced that our lockdown has been extended for 4 more weeks, so I thought that given my demographic, it'd be nice to share these creators with my demographic so that they can watch and learn from these guys as well. clearly that everything has been taken out of context and blown out of the wrong proportion. It pains me to say that it starts giving me doubt on what I'm learning from these guys, watching them consistently, that it might all be a farce. Being positive and encouraging positivity is one thing. Being aware and objective of what people are telling you is another thing. I believe all of us definitely have to face a lot of criticism in our lives at any point. Be from a boss, a peer, a fan. And how we take this and let it affect us is how we grow as a person. I did not used to take criticism in the past, and it has sparked a lot of arguments with my friends. And as I grow and I get more self-aware of myself, I learn to know what's criticism and what is constructive feedback. Anyway, back to the story. After releasing my statement, I got radio silence. So it speaks a lot. There was a space for discussion about what they feel I did was wrong. The discussion will continue after that release of my statement. But of course, shortly after, there were one or two guys who addressed it, and they took a step back, and it did feel better. I don't want to say that I can take all this on the chin really well. I respect these creators a lot. And to feel that they jumped to a conclusion so fast before knowing what's the real thing, and to cause this interaction to be this way, it's very, very hard to take. I'm sorry to the people like Theo Crawford, who I featured. They sort of dragged you into this nonsense. Rather, when my intention was to hope that they would have taken notice of you. A tier list, as I said in my response to all of them, at the end of the day, I get it. It's a judge system. It brings out the competitive nature in people when they see that they're ranked differently, although all my ranks are of positive nature. But it doesn't mean that one can't take it and have fun with it. And it makes me wonder, where do I want to go from here? Fair enough, my channel's not big. Okay, it's tiny. It's pathetic compared to all these people, all these creators. This is a lesson for a lot of us. The people around us like to have positive enforcements. That is why some of the feedback given to me on Twitter was, you should have packaged it like my list of favorite YouTubers rather than a tier list. This is my stance, and I think I'm at a point where I don't care whether anyone agrees with me anymore. If the first reaction of this video was a positive enforcement, everything else would have been a positive enforcement. But because it was negative, and because tier lists have a reputation of being a judge system and purely a judge system, this shit happened. This is my response to whatever has just happened. I can't really be asked if any of these YouTubers see it. It's just an update for the people who enjoy my content. If suddenly my vibe changes on this channel, they will know why. And this is the reason why.